Since LIV Golf was launched officially in October of 2021, the PGA Tour has faced its biggest test to date. Before LIV Golf, the tour had enjoyed the monopoly of being the major organizer of professional golf tours. Every golfer wanted to be on the PGA Tour. Well, LIV Golf is here and they have money to throw around. With more than $400 million in the purse for LIV Golf 2023, the PGA Tour is having a hard time keeping golfers from jumping ship. They started with threats to permanently kick out anyone that joins the rival series, and it looks like that has done nothing to stop the exodus. The battle between the LIV Golf Tour and the PGA Tour rages on, and several golfers have a lot to say. So today's video is all about the opinions of elite players on both sides, what the PGA Tour has done so far to keep the LIV Tour from being the next big thing in golf, and the lawsuits that keep popping up from one side to the other. Welcome to Golf Links. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more updates on new video drops. Phil Mickelson is no doubt one of the greatest golfers of his generation, so it's not surprising that his announcement to switch from the PGA Tour to the Saudi Arabia-backed LIV Series instantly became the talk of the town. After winning 6 majors on the PGA Tour, Phil Mickelson agreed to join the LIV Series in a $200 million deal. In an interview with Golf Digest, the pro golfer pointed out how the establishment of the LIV Series has created a balance of power in the golf industry. In the interview, the American golfer consistently pushed the narrative that the only reason why the PGA Tour is increasing the paychecks and events on its roster is that it is now aware that golfers have an alternative. For Phil, every golfer on the planet should appreciate what the LIV Series has achieved since the controversial inception of the series in October of 2021. While Phil Mickelson is all about LIV Golf being a good example for the PGA Tour to treat golfers better, Rory McIlroy has something completely different to say. According to Rory, those ditching the PGA Tour for LIV Series are nothing but money-oriented. A few weeks after, top guns like Phil Mickelson, Dustin Johnson, Bryson DeChambeau, Brooks Koepka, and other big names on the PGA Tour perfected their daring move from the PGA Tour to the LIV Series, some of the popular faces on the PGA Tour fired back. Leading the charge was Rory McIlroy, a 4-time major winner who's currently ranked 8th on the PGA money list. Shortly before the commencement of the Canadian Open, the 33-year-old professional golfer used the pre-match conference to reveal his thoughts on the LIV Series. In the interview, McIlroy openly countered the position of fellow pro golfer Mickelson. McIlroy said the major reason the PGA Tour has been losing players was because of the money incentives, and hundreds of millions of dollars is significant. He said money is obviously the deciding factor, not the quality of the game. He went further to deliver a heavy statement to criticize the players moving. According to McIlroy, he said those people putting money as the only determinant when making a decision will always be on the losing end in the long run. When asked if he thinks the LIV Series, which kickstarted with an invitation tourney in London on the 9th of June 2022, will be a strong competitor for the PGA Tour, McIlroy said he doesn't think that will be the case. But can we really blame professional golfers for taking a new job and a serious raise? Well, after his expressions about those leaving the PGA Tour only for the money, Rory McIlroy had something different to say just a few days later. Rory seems to be changing his damning opinion about players quitting the PGA Tour for LIV Golf. In a brief interview he had with the BBC, McIlroy contradicted his early stance on the Saudi Arabia-backed LIV Series. The 4-time major winner said, "The way forward for the golf industry at the moment is for all 3 tours, the PGA Tour, LIV Tour, and DP World Tour, to close their ranks in the interest of the sport." Basically, he wants everyone to stop fighting. The 33-year-old golfer is calling for calm. When asked if a peace talk should be initiated among the 3 main tours, the Irish-born golfer said a resounding yes. He also understood concerns that if any group is interested in investing billions of dollars in the game of golf, it should be accepted. Well, that statement is definitely a 180-degree turn from his earlier position at the Canadian Open that golfers leaving the PGA Tour were money lovers. However, one person who has always been constant about the chase for the money is Bryson DeChambeau, and the golfer insists that there is a good side to LIV, despite the Saudi human rights violations. After announcing that he will be joining the Saudi Arabia-backed LIV Series, DeChambeau is calling on golf livers all over the world to see the good side of the series. The 29-year-old pro golfer was in Oregon to promote the Breakaway Series, and part of his statement is that he wants people to look at the LIV from a different perspective. He doesn't want people to see this from the prism of Saudi Arabia and its groundbreaking human rights violation. Is that possible? In Oregon, DeChambeau had said golf is a force for good, and it doesn't matter if he's getting paid by a series backed by a country known for reckless human rights violations, or if the series he's participating in is being sponsored with tainted money. For DeChambeau, the golf industry needs to concentrate more on what LIV is trying to accomplish instead of consistently trying to find out whether the series' main sponsor, Saudi Arabia, has a dirty past. Currently, the 2020 US Open champion has a deal with the LIV series estimated to be around $150 million. And according to him, his decision to join the series is out of a personal business decision. While Bryson is insisting that the past doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, Gary Player has remained pessimistic about the fortune of the LIV series. In an interview with BBC Radio 5, the pro golfer didn't hesitate to show his disdain for the new tour. Let's just say he hates those relinquishing their deal with the PGA Tour in favor of the mind-blowing contract offered by the Saudi Arabia-backed series. He pointed out some of the weaknesses of the new tour, with emphasis on the organizer's choice of adopting 54 holes and no cut. The retired South African also said the LIV series is designed for golfers with little or no confidence. Would you say that Bryson DeChambeau is lacking confidence at this stage in his career? The Golf Hall of Famer lashed out at Cameron Smith, calling his decision to join the LIV series a bad move and poor advice from his advisors. Henrik Stenson is another golfer Gary Player took a dig at. The 9-times major winner said he understands the Swede golfer's decision to join the new tour. The nice version of the statement from Gary Player reads that Henrik Stenson was poor and had no money, so he had to go to LIV to survive his current dire financial situation. As golfers reveal their reactions to the rise of a rival series, the PGA Tour has been making a lot of changes of their own to woo players into staying. In a bid to ensure the PGA Tour continues to attract the best golfers on the planet in the face of an antagonistic rivalry from the LIV series, the PGA Tour has implemented a new policy that will see the salaries of golfers on its payroll increase, while also increasing the number of competitions its top golfers will be eligible to participate in. Another key part of the new deal will see golfers who resonate with the fans get an increase in bonus, among other benefits that come with the new deal. The PGA Tour Commissioner announced that the tour had agreed to double the bonuses of 20 players that have huge fan bases, and also guaranteed tour players that participated in up to 15 events a fixed annual salary worth $500,000. In a bid to ward off competition, the PGA Tour also announced a 14% increase in average tournament purse, while also increasing its FedEx Cup bonuses, rising from $60 million to a record $70 million. Meanwhile, they're still actively trying to get LIV Golf out of the picture completely. The battle rages on as PGA countersuits LIV over the claim of interference in the player's contract. While some golfers are calling for common ground between the PGA Tour and LIV Golf, it seems the showdown between old guards and new sheriffs isn't ending anytime soon. At the last count, several more golfers on the PGA Tour are either abandoning their contracts or not pledging their allegiance to the PGA Tour, and new talents that could have been snapped up by the tour are favoring the idea of joining the Saudi Arabia-sponsored golf series instead of the PGA Tour.